to watch for the jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When up in a beach magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
22. Hey, exit. Back.
They run. Devontae Freeman. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
20.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Gun. 21.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm here all day. 61, matchbox lights. They go.
Now Saquon Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way in, touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 36 yards, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. For one thing, because they have these individual type.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 26 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check three, check three, check three. Wait!
From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Down. 50, plant.
Here we go. Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Hey, high 7.
Check Mike 45, check Mike 45.
Jones on 1st down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
2-18, chop.
Check 13. Check.
You draw quarters.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Be careful.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
70.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. This is Barkley. They find some open field here. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking.
And this is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram 39 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Quick throw from Ryan here to Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen, because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I got one. Tight end left. Hey, you got 3 down. Check it. Go.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Freeman. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's Freeman, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum, and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Barkley, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jones operating from the gun. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 3rd down gain of 19. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jones now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete.
Yeah. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with a field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
47's the mic. Hey, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And Ingram holds it in. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
30 base.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Ryan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready? 90 Wolf.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready?
The mic. Check. 45 the mic. Did you get this, boy?
Get it.
Jones now off the bootleg. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
45.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Freeman again. And he's got room. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On first down, Ryan gets it off to Freeman.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run it. Freeman. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Devontae Freeman is shifting. This doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And the Giants are going to get the football back. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of